Should energy and civic engagements be focused on international conflicts? Hello and welcome to News Highlights with me, Dr. Ashashi Attah, where we take a look at the big stories shaping national discourse this week. First, we begin with the United States Embassy suspends operations amidst protest plans in Abuja. Visa appointments have been cancelled following planned demonstrations over the Israel-US versus Iran conflict. Nigerians are expressing solidarity with civilians affected abroad, highlighting how global crisis resonates locally. But this raises a question about priorities. With insecurity escalating at the home front, banditry, kidnapping, and communal clashes, should energy and civic engagements be focused on international conflicts? Or is this an expression of globalized conscience? The embassy's closure reflects both the power of civic expression and the complexities of balancing local and international concerns. Nevertheless, it is a reminder that protests carry consequences. In this case, not just for foreign relations, but also for security management and public focus at the home front. On a progressive note, the federal government of Nigeria has introduced new presumptive tax rules for micro and small business enterprises. In a bid to simplify taxation, the federal government of Nigeria now allows small businesses to pay taxes based on estimated turnover rather than detailed financial statements. This reform is aimed at easing compliance for micro and small enterprises, many of which at the moment engage informally. It is important to note that while well-intentioned, its success hugely depends on implementation. Miscommunication or inconsistent enforcement risk turning a potentially growth-supportive policy into a burden, particularly for businesses still struggling with inflation and operating costs. On that note, Google launches Yoruba and Hausa artificial intelligence support in Nigeria. Technology is taking a culturally inclusive leap as we see Yoruba and Hausa now supported in AI searches. Millions of Nigerians gain better access to information in their native language, and this is a step in the right direction. This is more than convenience. It is about digital empowerment. It is also about language preservation, and even more importantly, equitable access to knowledge. Yet, it also raises questions about local data control, representation of cultural context, and the potential influence of AI on indigenous knowledge systems. And finally, to what many Nigerians may tag as controversial, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission has stated that the commission may be unable to achieve a flawless election at this stage. While some say that it is a realistic acknowledgement of structural and logistical challenges, some argue that it does more harm than good to voters' apathy. The fact remains that democracy is a work in progress. While incremental improvement is important, it is just as important that it aligns with increasing voters' confidence and ensuring that transparency evolves to a point where irregularities are brought to the barest minimum. That's all for this week's highlights. A lens on stories shaping Nigeria from global conflicts to local reforms. I'm yours truly, Dr. Ashashi Attah. Stay informed, stay engaged, and stay safe.